Hello, hello! I have to make a pumpkin spice cake for my mother-in-law for her friend's birthday, so that's what I'm going to show you how to make. This is the perfect dessert when you want an easy cake to serve because it's not too tall, it's just a single layer, and it's not too sweet, full of pumpkin spice flavor, with a toasted cinnamon meringue frosting on top, and it's easy to transport, and you don't need to store it in the fridge. These were all things I kept in mind because I wasn't sure if my mother-in-law had access to a fridge. I didn't know if she was going to have to walk far, so I tried to make it as easy as possible for her to commute with this cake and in case she needed to leave it out and didn't have access to a fridge. Okay, now on to making the cake. It's really straightforward. You don't even need a mixer for this part. You're gonna pour all your dry ingredients, including the sugar, into your mixing bowl and just sift it around with your whisk. And then you add in the vegetable oil and eggs in increments and just mix a little bit at a time. You don't need to mix this part as thoroughly, just until it's almost fully incorporated, and then we're gonna mix in the pumpkin puree. Look how good she looks right now. And now I'm gonna bake it in my parchment lined cake pan. This is a 8" by 8". I'm just gonna bake this for about 20-25 minutes at 325 degrees with the fan on until my toothpick poked in the center comes out clean. Don't mind the little hole, I took a little piece for a little snack. While the cake is cooling, I went to snip some edible flowers for my mini garden. I gave them a little bath, and now I'm gonna make the cinnamon meringue frosting. In my mixer, I put the egg whites and white vinegar, or you can use lemon juice. Whipping it until it gets nice and frothy, and then I'm going to gradually add in the sugar. And when it gets nice and thick, I'm going to add in my cinnamon powder. I know my meringue is ready when it's nice and thick and it holds stiff peaks like this. My intrusive thoughts be like, just kidding. Teehee. Let me show you how fluffy this meringue looks. It's going to be extra tasty when I toast it. And I like a toasted cinnamon marshmallow. I don't have the right cake board for this, so let me show you a trick that I did instead. So since I was going for a rustic look for the cake anyway, I just took a unbleached parchment paper that I have, then I crumpled it up so it was easier to kind of like maneuver around, and this is going to be on the bottom of the cake. So it's not quite as sturdy as a cake board, but at least it's a barrier between the cake and the cake box. Just make sure that you put it also on top of another grease-proof paper so that way you don't get weird oil spots. And now it's decorating time. I don't really have anything specific for this. There's no major technique. I just like to spread the frosting all the way to the edges like you're spreading peanut butter on a piece of toast. Give those edges some love. And then once I feel like the meringue has reached all the edges, all the corners, I start making like little textures into the frosting. And it's nothing crazy. I like to make like little dimples, little swirls, so that way when I toast it, it creates this really dynamic effect. Like you'll see that it really highlights the motions in the frosting, and it's really cute because it kind of looks like fluffy waves. And as always, when you are torching, make sure you are paying attention and don't be like me looking away. Look at what you are torching so you do not burn it. And the final steps are adding my edible flowers, leaves, and the little flowers that I have. Then I packed it up and sent her on her way. Hope this was helpful, and let me know if you have any questions making this. Okay, bye!